Cécred has honestly changed my hair so much. I'm gonna start by saying that this video is not sponsored. This is not a promoted video, but I will be linking the products during the video. That way you can click on them. Those are affiliate links through YouTube. So if you want to use those, you can. But this is not a sponsored video. I purchased everything on my own, no discounts, no nothing. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you exactly the truth about what I feel about Cécred and how things have really changed for me since I started using it. I'm gonna walk you through my hair journey over the last 3 to 4 months. And something important to note is that I live in Arizona, so I'm in a very dry climate. So a lot of times, that has an effect on your hair too. So we'll talk a little bit more about moisture retention and those types of things too, specific to being in a dry area, because I have found that it can be a little bit more challenging. So up until May of this year, I've been wearing my hair straightened. I was straight hair natural for 1.5 years. And before that, I wore my natural curls. I shaved my head a while back and I was growing my hair out. So I was wearing my hair natural while I was growing it out. And then I ended up getting a silk press, and the silk press was great. Okay, I got a keratin treatment actually. I had a keratin treatment and a silk press, and then I continued to silk press my own hair throughout the rest of that 1.5 years. So I never got another keratin treatment. It was just the one. And then in May of this year, I decided that I wanted to go back to wearing a curly afro like I used to back in 2021, 2022. So I did a big chop, I would say. My hair was waist length, and I ended up cutting quite a bit of it. Now it's probably about right here. Some of my videos, you'll see that I have a cute little bob, a little long bob, 90s vibe. So the front's a little bit shorter than the back because I want to have the volume at the top, but I cut a lot of my hair off because when it was waist length, it was pretty much all the same length all around. So I cut a bunch of my hair off in order to start wearing it curly again, because first of all, if it's too long, it gets weighed down and you don't get the round afro look. And second, I had a lot of heat damage. I will show you a picture of my hair before I used any heat on it, and this was 2021, 2022-ish. Some point I'll find a picture from that time where my curls, they were very tight and they were not the same as in this picture, which is after I had done all the silk presses. My curls are looser, and it's not necessarily that I had completely straight heat damage or anything. You could see the middle of my hair sometimes had some damage that was fully straight and the end would curl, but it was mostly that all around my curl texture was just a lot looser, and it just was not going to hold an afro the way that I wanted it to. And I was so sad because I had already cut all my hair off. So I cut a bunch of my hair off in May. And I asked for some product suggestions because first I did a Afrogy treatment. Is that how you say it? The protein treatment, the purple and the white one. I did one of those. That didn't really help very much. I used some Olaplex. I was trying to get my curls to come back to life, and those just didn't really work very well, at least for me. I'm sure that I know they work for a ton of people, but they just didn't really work that well for me, to be honest. So then when I asked for suggestions, I had probably 10 or more people tell me to try Cécred. So that's what I did, and I ordered the full Cécred line. I think at first I only ordered 4 products, and then I ended up ordering everything, and I use everything except for there's a rice ritual treatment thing. I don't have that. I've never tried that, but everything else I do use on my hair. Really, I would say probably 6 weeks into using the Cécred products, I wash my hair once a week. I do the repairing treatment mask every 3 to 4 weeks, and I do the deep conditioning every other week. So I would say probably about 4 to 6 weeks in, I started really noticing a difference in my hair after starting to use Cécred. I could tell that my hair was retaining moisture a lot better. Before, I felt like my hair was just always dry. It was just always dry. It was always kind of dry. And I can see that in the pictures that I have from living in Arizona in 2021, 2022, when I was obviously not using Cécred because it hadn't come out yet. I can see that my hair was dry in the photos. I can see that my hair looks like it was lacking moisture. And now the difference is just so crazy. I forgot to mention that the only other thing that I didn't use in the very beginning was the Edge Drops, because they were sold out everywhere and I couldn't find them. So I finally started using those maybe a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago or so. And that was the other product that I didn't use in the very beginning. I'm telling you, I watched so many reviews of people using Cécred, and I just didn't feel like I was fully sold on it, to be honest. It's an expensive line. It's kind of expensive. And so I was a little bit nervous. If I hadn't have had those personal recommendations, I probably wouldn't have bought the products at all. But if you take a look into it, they have won quite a few awards. Cécred is really backed by science. There was a lot of time, money, and research that went into building this line. And that's part of why I think it works so much better than some of the other products that I've used. So there are 3 main things that I've noticed since using Cécred. I mentioned a bit about the moisture retention. That has changed quite a bit. But the second thing is that my hair feels a lot more full. It feels fuller and it feels softer. It feels like there is more hair on my head, if that makes sense. I felt like before my hair felt, when it was in its curly state, because I had straightened it so much, it felt thin. Like it just felt like there was not as much hair on my head as there used to be, and it felt thin. And a lot of times that's really hard to reverse that. Like having heat damage is really considered not reversible. I think that I cut off enough of the heat damage where the parts that I have that were just not super curly, we're able to get a little bit of curl back. I think that I'm still going to do like one more chop because I have a couple of pieces on this side of my head, like right here, that just do not curl like the rest of my hair. So I think I am going to end up doing another like mini chop all around, probably just to make it a little more even, clean up everything, make sure that I don't have, you know, just the dead ends and pieces anymore. But I really thought I was just going to have to go back to just straightening my hair because I thought my hair was I thought it was done. I didn't think I was going to be able to bring back the curly fro like I wanted. And I'm so glad that I decided to stick to my routine instead with Cécred and just keep going forward with it because I feel so confident in my natural hair at this point. Like it's a huge change. Like it made such a difference in the thickness and the fullness. And it's not that I don't have naturally like thick or full hair. It's that my hair was damaged. So keep that in mind too. Well, it's not going to make it so that your hair is somebody else's hair, but it has helped a ton with making it feel healthier, making it feel softer, and like I said, a lot more moisturized. One thing I'll mention about hydration too, and this is not something that I did when I first started using Cécred, but I started doing this maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago. And it's when I have my wash day, when I go and I use my products, so I finish deep conditioning or conditioning. Once I come out of the shower, I've been using the moisture sealing lotion, which I always use. And then I put on a little bit of Blue Magic on top of it. Nice. Nothing works like Blue Magic works, okay? For just retaining a little bit of extra moisture, all right? I use the Miss Jessie's Pillow Soft Curls just on the very ends of my hair. So I will take the Blue Magic all the way down, and then I will do just like a little bit of curl at the end. I try to just like put it all over, like I do like one of these, put it all over, and then I just like will finger curl a couple pieces. I don't like for it to be perfect. I like for it to be big and fluffy. So I really don't define my curls. I try not to specifically define my curls unless I feel like some of them need it. And like a couple of clean curls in there look nice, but I like it to be big and fluffy and undefined. Now let's talk about these edge drops, okay? So I actually wrote it down. I had started the edge drops 6 weeks ago. So these helped so much to help to regrow some of my edges. Not even regrow, because there's places where I didn't have any edges. I never had any like tension or anything. Like I wore wigs before, but like that was a long time ago. Like it's not that anything was pulling my edges out. I just had thin edges like I always have, and I never thought about it that much because like I don't really use edge gel. I don't really use anything to like slick them down because they weren't going to stand up in the first place. They weren't going anywhere. They were just kind of thin, and I don't think that I ever really cared that much that they were thin. So when somebody told me to try them, I was like, all right, whatever, like, you know, what's gonna happen? And this is just new hair. Like we didn't have that before, okay? And I don't really know why I wanted more in the first place now that I have them, because like what am I supposed to do with them? When I put my hair back, they're just there now. I guess I didn't really expect it to do anything, but now I have edges that I didn't have before, so that's interesting. But the reason I bring up the edge drops is not just for edges, because you can put it on your whole head. That's what I do. I now put it on my whole head. I probably started doing the whole head like 4 weeks ago, and obviously like it's still early to see results. I don't know exactly what it's going to change or what it's going to do, but I have been doing them every single night. I'll keep y'all updated on any changes that I see, if I see that like the hair is growing out fuller, but it's harder to tell when you're doing it on your whole head. Like you're obviously not just going to see like the same way that you see your edges. See, I can't fix my bangs now. Hold on. Yeah, you're obviously not going to see it the same way that you see when you just have it on your edges, because that's a very obvious place to see it. On your whole head, I don't know how much to see what the results are like, but if it worked that well on my edges, I am of course willing to try it on my whole head. I want my hair to be as like thick and full and fluffy as possible, okay? So of course I will try it on my whole head. It's expensive though. I think the edge drops are like $56. Like they're kind of pricey. So I do go through them pretty fast. I think they probably last me like a month using them on my whole head, because I have 2 bottles and I go back and forth with the bottles, like ones at each of our places. And so I think that there's probably like half and half in each bottle, and it'll probably be like a month that it takes me to go through a full bottle. So I get a lot of questions about my favorite products from the line, and if you're only going to buy a couple of things, what should you get? And I agree with a lot of people when they say the clarifying shampoo. The clarifying shampoo is wonderful. I love it. with that being said, I feel like you kind of got to get the hydrating shampoo with it, because working as like a 2-step wash day is so nice. You do the, I don't use it every single week. It's going to last me a really long time because I don't use it every week. I use it like every other week for the clarifying shampoo. Then I use the hydrating shampoo to follow it. My favorite thing from the line is the reconstructing treatment mask. This one is my favorite. This I feel like has done the most to help my hair. There was a wash day where I washed my hair. I used this for 30 minutes. I rinsed it out. I got out of the shower and I could see the difference in my curls. I could like visibly see the difference in my curls from before and after I used it. I wish that I would have taken a video or a picture or something from this, but this helped so much. I don't see differences like every single time I use it, but sometimes this just hits so well. And I think it's a consistency thing too, of like, if I keep using it, I'm going to keep seeing healthier and healthier hair. But that first time where I just saw those instant like results, I was like, oh, this is some good stuff. I love, 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 love this. If you're not going to get anything else, I think that you should get this one. I love the nourishing hair oil. I think it's wonderful. Ulta had it for 50% off earlier today. I don't know if by the time that I put this video up, if it's still going to be in stock or if it's still going to be on sale, but I will try to find a link to it. So I bought 2 more of those. I'm going to give one to my mom when she comes here. I think it's small enough to take on a plane, right? I think so. It's pretty small. If it is small enough, I'm going to give it to her to take with her. Otherwise, I have the travel size too. I'll just give her the travel size one because now that I have the 2 more extra big ones. But I love the oil. The oil is wonderful. Normally what I do before I go to sleep at night, and this is maybe an overuse of product, okay? You maybe don't have to use this much, all right? You don't have to do what I do, but this is what I do before I go to sleep. I do like just a light mist with a spray bottle on everything. I usually wear my hair out like in an afro like this or in a puff. I'll take it out of the puff, fluff it out, spray of water. Just a light one, just like one of those mist bottles, not like a regular spray bottle, the one that does like the fine mist all the way around. And then we do the moisture sealing lotion. I just put it on my hands and I just go like this, like just like a nice little coat on the ends, right? And then I take the, I do the edge drops, put it on my, like do the dropper, rub it all over my scalp. And then I do the nourishing hair oil on the rest of my hair. So I do it just like rub it together, do like a section, do like another section, make sure that I get the ends, and then I put everything into a bonnet, which I also just ordered like an extra large bonnet, like an extra, extra large one, because I feel like the large ones on Amazon are just not big enough. Like I don't want my hair to be like even a little bit compressed at night. I want it to just be able to thrive and live, okay? And I do not like a satin pillowcase. I'm not sleeping on a satin pillowcase. I don't want to. I don't like the feeling. It's not my vibe, okay? I could literally talk about this all day, but overall, I think that the products are worth it. I think if you're thinking about it and you're like on the fence about it, even if you do like the travel size kit where I think it comes with like 3 products. I think it's like the hydrating shampoo, hydrating conditioner, and the clarifying shampoo. And you try that and just see how it works for you. Try something. Try this. Okay, please just try this one. Try this one. I just have such a special place for it in my heart because I really did not think that I was going to be able to get back the curly fro. I thought I was going to have to kind of start from scratch because my curls were just so limp and like everything just looked so dead and so thin and it was so see-through. It was boneless. My afro was boneless and now it has bones. Is that a weird thing to say? If you've tried Cécred, let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. I would love to hear your feedback. I feel like we see a lot of like sponsored posts from Cécred or Cécred ambassadors, but we don't normally see a lot of people who just use it and don't typically create content. So I would love to hear what you think about the line if you use it, or if you've been on the fence about using it, like what's holding you back? What are you thinking? If you tried it and you didn't like it, let me know too. I'm curious. I mostly wanted to make this video because it has helped me so much. And if we can find anybody else who it is going to be helpful to, I just want you to be able to have the information that you need to make the purchase for it because it's expensive. It's a lot of money. The products last a while though. Like the rest of the products last a while. I know I'm using the Edge Drops on my whole head, but like the other products are gonna last a while. I haven't really run out of anything at all. Like I'm close on the moisture sealing lotion, but it's probably gonna last me another couple weeks. I have not gone through a full bottle of anything yet. While it's expensive, I think it's totally worth it. My mom is coming to visit next week and I'm really trying to get her started with Cécred. So I'm gonna be putting out all the products. I'm trying to get her to start using it. I would love to see how it works for her too. But yeah, I tell everybody about it. So if you've been on the fence about it, I highly, highly recommend it. That's all that I'd say for now, but if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Also, if you want to follow me on my other socials, my name is It's Kate Swan for everything. I will put it on the screen. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.